Is procrastination a personality trait? Can somebody be really called as procrastinator? Well, the answer is big no. It is definitely not a personality trait, and neither someone be called as procrastinator. Rather, procrastination is a habit which can be managed. Likewise, we manage various other habits. Yeah. I think that's what we're gonna talk about procrastination in today's video. Hi all, I am Deepak Grover, your friend. I have been trying to talk about various key aspects of life, improving upon which we can improve upon our personal as well as professional life to grow better in our both spaces. Yeah, and in today's video we are going to talk about the procrastination. So what exactly procrastination is all about? From the definition standpoint, procrastination is a tendency of delaying or avoiding taking actions or completing certain tasks which may have a tangible outcome or impact on the productivity as well as well-being of our life. Yeah, so that's what procrastination is a definition. Well, whenever we talk about procrastination to someone, the simple response really comes up or pops up. Procrastination, of course, is not doing things at the right time, and how can you really get away with this? Merely by taking actions, right? By doing things. Now, had we been able to complete these actions, or had we been able to take actions, right, complete this task, procrastination would not have existing, right? So it's a kind of another trap altogether. So while we have listened, we have heard many people talking about the procrastination, but what exactly science talk about? What exactly are the scientific reason behind procrastination? Why we really get into this trap? There are three main reasons as per science. So those three main reasons. First is stress. Yeah, you heard it right. It's stress. Second is our on mind reward mechanism. Right. What is it? We're gonna talk about that. And third main reason is perfectionism. Right. Whenever we try to do things, we really look for perfectionism into those, and that's what really leads to procrastination. Now, having heard that, there are three main reasons, science-based three reasons. So let me dig these three one by one. So let me first start with the stress. Yeah. So stress over here is nothing but actually originating by virtue of overwhelming, having number of tasks with us to be getting completed, but we not being able to do that, and further our self-doubt for not having ability to really complete those tasks appropriately as well as on time. That's how things kept on piling, and that's what lead to stress. And once we really get into this kind of stress, we really start doing procrastination. Yeah, that's what really leads to procrastination. It's a kind of trap, right, where we really get into trap of this procrastination, which comes from stress, which comes from piling of our task, and it really never allows us to really get out of that until unless there are some big actions are really taken across. All right, so this was the first reason, which is stress. Second scientific reason behind procrastination is the way our brain is wired, right? So what happens, our brain is wired to look for certain instant results of whatever action or task we take up, right? And whenever the outcome or the result of whatever action we are doing or whatever task we are doing are little far distant or are completely uncertain, right, our brain does not recognize any associated reward with this. It really pushes it off and shuts us off from that particular task. It does not really allow us, it really pushes us to not to not to commit into that particular task. So that's how the brain is wired, right? But yeah, there is always a hack for this, yeah, which we're going to talk in some time. So this was the second reason. Third reason is perfectionism, right? We all know that perfection is perception. We still look for it. Yeah, there's a little irony around this. So let me quickly talk about this particular piece, that is perfectionism, in a different perspective altogether by giving an example. Say we got to be completing a task and we have identified a 60-minute slot for completing that particular task. But when that slot comes, for certain reason, we ended up having only 45 minutes instead of 60-minute slot, right? So instead of focusing on that 45 minutes and try to progress that task whatever level we can do, whatever way we can really manage to do that, maybe not complete, uh, what we start thinking that we had allocated 60-minute slot, this task needed 60-minute slot, but now since we have lost 15 minutes time, we will not be really focusing on it, rather we will start looking for an alternative 60-minute slot, which is a kind of perfect slot for doing that task perfectly. That's how we get into this trap of perfectionism. Yeah. So these are the three scientific reason why we really get into this procrastination, which is nothing but a habit, right? Well, by knowing these reasons, by knowing the fact that this is not a personality trait but a habit, right? Probably we can really manage it well. Well, there are number of solutions, number of practical ways of really sorting it out. I will be talking about those in more detail in next part of this particular video for the procrastination. But for now, let me touch base the simplest possible solution on very high level. So once you decide, I mean, once you want to really get away with this problem of procrastination, first and foremost, you got to be deciding very firmly that yes, you want to get away with this problem. Yeah. Second, since it's a bad habit, obviously, would have you would have lost your sufficient amount of good amount of time by virtue of this. uh, don't take that much of self-loathing, don't really beat up yourself. You got to be dealing with yourself with little compassion, so that you can make a comeback. Yeah, because you want to make a comeback, you want to solve this problem for you. Yeah. So next hack, probably you may want to divide your bigger task into small tasks so that you see the tangible outcome and you feed your mind that here is a tangible outcome of whatever action you were to do, whatever task you were to do. Yeah. And why that is important, that's what will be feeding to your mind and would be looking like an instant result of whatever action you are taking to your mind, and that's how your reward mechanism will start working, right? It will stop pushing you towards the procrastination, right? You may also want to set a simple reward mechanism, reward system for yourself, right? Likes of good coffee after completing a task, maybe a few minutes of social media scrolling, but ensure that that's generally a few minutes only, right? So that you're not really getting into another trap. Yeah. So these are a few simple hacks that you can really apply back, which may really help you coming out of this trap of procrastination. However, as I said, in my next video, I'm going to talk about these solutions in much more detail, as well as practical application as such, right? So hopefully that would help us much better way to come out of this problem. Yeah. In the end, I would say, remember two things. You are not the first and the only person who got into this trap. Almost everybody is dealing with this problem in one or other way, of procrastination. So since it's a habit, it really can be managed, and by identifying the scientific reason, by identifying the possible solutions and applying those possible solutions in more practical way, we can definitely get away and manage this problem very correctly, very appropriately. Yeah. I would say that is it for now. Thank you for your watching and thank you for your time. Continue to learn, continue to grow. How? Know you, grow you, as simple as that. Yeah. Thank you for time.